Okay, this part of Lesson 1.5 is talking about translating lines. So part of it is kind of done on the calculator, and then I'm going to show you something you could find fairly interesting. What we're going to actually do is graph each of these lines and plot them on our graph here. So 2x minus 0 plus 0. Alright, so that's what we have. Goes through 0, 0, and has a slope of 2. That is really a very basic line, and I wish mine was drawing a little bit better, but I had the calculator in the way and I should have moved it. The next one is we're going to change that to plus 3 inside the parentheses. So here it's going to be plus 3 inside the parentheses. So let's watch what happens to the graph. Okay, it's crossing there and it has the same slope. So here it is. It's crossing here and then it's got the same slope. The last one, when I change that to x minus 4, see what happens. Oh, it went all the way this way. 4 units that way. It's interesting because it's kind of opposite of what you would think. When I add a number inside the parentheses, it's moving it to the left. That's opposite what I would think. And when I subtract a number, it moves it to the right. That is really opposite from what I would think. But let me show you something. If I take that first function, and I'm just going to rename it as like a y1 or something, y, and then move this back over. Y minus 0 equals 2 times x minus 0. What that tells me is I have the point 0, 0 on my graph and a slope of 2. This is from that point slope form. 0, 0 and slope of 2. Exactly. Now the next one, if I put it back into point slope, which means I just subtract the 0 from over here, I see that it's going through the point 3, 0 and a slope of 2. The last one would be going through the point, whoops, I'm sorry, that was a plus, wasn't it? Negative 3, 0. The last one is going through the point 4, 0 and has a slope of 2. Is it? Yeah. Huh. So this all has something to do with that point slope form. But it's kind of written weird. Let's see what happens here. Here's that basic one. It's the same one we graphed over here. So I know what that one looks like. Looks like this. Here's that first one. There's that f of x. Now let's see what happens when I go in and change it instead of plus 0 to plus 3. Still got the same slope, doesn't it? But it looks like it's crossing up here. Huh. Watch what happens when I change it to minus 4. That moved it down 4. So when we add or subtract stuff at the end, it's moving the line up or down. When we add something, it moves it up. When I subtract something, it's going to move it down. Now, if you relate this back to the point-slope form, you'll find out that that is your slope. And we can test that theory. Let me go back in here, and this time we're going to have a 1 in front, and that's going to be a minus 2 in the back. So let's graph that. Whoops. 1x minus 0 minus 2. Graph. Okay, so here's where we're going to start on this one. And I know that means going down 2. But now I've got a slope of 1. So I want you to really think about that number in front. Y equals, I'm going to insert divided by 4 so that I can change that into 1/4. Now to insert, second, delete, let you insert something. Okay, so this one's going through the same y-intercept, but now it's got a slope of 1/4. Just what we suspected. That coefficient does have something to do with slope. So what do you think the last one's going to be? And I bet you're right. It's going through that same point, but its slope is up 4/1. Exactly. So when you multiply by a number that is between 0 and 1, like that fraction, it makes the line less steep. When you multiply by a number bigger than 1, it makes it steeper. Now let's see what's going to happen when we multiply or change that x to a negative x. Ooh. Okay. Let me clear out. I'm going to put the first one in. 2 times x minus 0 plus 3. What do we already kind of know about this? Slope is going to be 2. And I bet instead of being at the origin, it went down, or up 3. Let's see. Up 3, slope of 2. Yep. So it's up here. Slope of 2 looks something like this. So there's that original. Now I'm going to go in and change that to have a negative in front of the x. So I'm going to go in here. Oops. Now I just really messed it up, so let's start over. Negative x minus 0 plus 3. Bet it's still going to be crossing at 3. Let's see. It is. Oh no. Well, let's see what happened. Crossing here, but now the slope is going down. So let's see. Ooh, is it like a reflection? Reflection over the y-axis. Ooh, pretty cool.